All right, I got another informational video for you all today here on the Truth Training channel. It's another entertaining one, and I'm really excited to talk about this because this is something I've been waiting on to talk about for a very long time. And a lot of you gonna relate to this, and I'm sure there's a lot of you are going to understand where I'm coming from when it comes to this information. Draymond Green, for those who already know, probably don't know, I want to say he's a power forward. I want to say that's his position. I could be wrong, but I do know he plays for the Golden State Warriors, along with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and the rest of the greats that's going to be over there. Steve Kerr is the actual coach, all this and that. But this whole video, and I'm not gonna make this long, but this entire video I want to talk about, because instead of just bringing you some news that you probably already seen, I'm not just giving you just news stuff. All my people who's watching this, I'm giving you some insight so you can take this as well and run with this. Because let's face it, a lot of things that's happening around the world, we all can learn from it, and this is what this channel is about. It's for growth and development. And it's not about just Draymond or making this video to clown him or bash him and things like that. Sure, I'm going to share my opinions on him, but I'm also going to share some information with you all, so you all either know somebody or you don't make these same mistakes. So it's number one. A lot of you who probably, who's been watch basketball, NBA, and watching Draymond, you probably heard now. This is like the third time where he's about to get suspended and ejected from the game. Now I'm gonna come off the jump, and I'm gonna tell you this: I've never was a Draymond Green fan. I never liked his style of play, and this is where my opinion comes in. That I think he plays dirty. I think he's out to harm people when it comes to this, because you can't tell me no other where he's not out to harm anybody. Where this last video, which I share right here. Okay, now you see what I'm saying. Okay, that could have hit his eye. He could have hit his nose. He could have hit anywhere else that could have hurt this young fella. So again, let's face it. It is what it is, people. But I'm going to share some information with you all. The Golden State Warriors has not been. Everybody should know this who's watched basketball. It has not been looking nowhere near the dynasty they used to look. And a lot of us want to point to the coach. A lot of us want to say that Klay Thompson is washed up, and a lot of us want to say, it's based on the owner or the GM, that left or whatever. They can see these coming about. All of that may be a small percentage of it. Now I'm about to give you all the truth, hence truth training, the information. Number one, while they're suffering the way they are right now, and they're not looking at the dynasty that they are, is number one, it's coming from within the team. Before this, a little while back, it was a video, it was a leaked footage showing where Draymond Green actually hit Jordan Poole behind the scenes. They wasn't on an NBA basketball court. It wasn't live. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were practicing. And someone leaked it in between the camp. Now, you all gotta understand, this is not the first time this probably happened with Draymond Green fighting and things like that. They want to call this young man the enforcer of the group. That's unfortunately, people. I see a lot of people piggybacking about that. All the spectators and the people who commenting and things like that. The commentators, they call him an enforcer, and they really backing by that. What I'm here to rain on all of you right who say that's not a true enforcer, people. Just because you beat people up and you know how to get good assists, that doesn't make an enforcer. That is called a bully. That is called someone who's actually is unhinged, and that is called someone who don't have self-control. With all those three traits that I just mentioned right now, you can't tell me that's somebody of as an enforcement. Because you can't have it both ways. You can't be a true enforcer for your team and have all these unhinged, ungrounded situations happen, because things like this can happen. Let me explain something. Now, Draymond Green, for this last incident, We're thinking this is going to be a massive suspension because I don't even think it's been a month or a little over a month. He just got off suspension from choking, headlocking one of his another rival team that he was going up against. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. That's not an enforcer. Let me break it down to you. I'm going to deliver the box, but I'm going to unpack it for you. An enforcer is someone who can enforce things and make their team fearful. Draymond Green doesn't make anybody fearful. However, if I'm the opposing team, I'm going to play to him to my liking. That's not someone you're going to fear from. Why? It's because I already know he's unhinged, and I'm going to play to that. I'm going to get under his skin. I'm going to do what I can to make my team win based on his actions. Let me repeat that. I'm going to do anything that I know that's going to win my team based on his actions. If I'm guarding him or if I'm not guarding him, I'm going to get under his skin because I already know he's unhinged, he's ungrounded, and there's something that's wrong. Maybe he needs some help. I already know he needs the Lord in his life, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. Draymond Green needs a lot. So, whatever the case may be, I'm here to tell you that's not an enforcer. An enforcer is something like a Michael Jordan. An enforcer is something like a Kobe Bryant, where they're fearful. The opposing team is fearful. They can take the game away in a matter of seconds, a matter of minutes. We can't guard him. He's hard to deal with in the paint. He's hard to deal with around the outside of the perimeter. I mean, that's an enforcer who can also give assists and things like that. The way Draymond Green is walking right now, again, no one is fearful. However, if I'm in the NBA and I'm one of the leading team players on that team, and I'm playing the Golden State Warriors, I already know how unhinged Draymond Green is when it comes to this. And you probably asking yourself, well, why I keep saying unhinged? Number one, anytime you do the things you do recently, choking people behind their neck, dragging them across the field, across the court, and your own coach is in your face, literally in your face, telling you let him go, and you're not letting go, and you continue to drag him, that's a person who's unhinged. If you go back, and like the clip I just showed you, I'll put it here again.
For yesterday's incident with Yusuf Nurkic, where he swung and hit him in the head, and according to reports, Dramond is...
And you go back and you see where he just went around and just hit somebody in the face like that, not even knowing where his eyes at, his nose at, his mouth at, his teeth at, whatever the case may be, you blindly swing like that in a basketball game. Yes, you unhinged, and you can call it for whatever you want to call it, but I'm just telling you what it is here on the Truth Channel. So it's one of those things you have to pay attention to, everybody, when you are playing any type of sport. And this is the little nod I'm going to give you all. Always look for people like Draymond Green. Unfortunately, they're out here in the world you play with. You just got to get under their skin. So I'm untraining all the people who's thinking he's a true enforcer of the Golden State Warriors. He's not. He's actually the opposite. And it's cringing to me that these commentators who's been watching the sport of basketball when the Jordan era was around, the Kobe Bryants of the world, things like that, and you call this guy, Draymond Green, unfortunate enforcer. Again, I'm not bashing Draymond Green. I just know he needs some help, and I hope he gets it, because what's about to happen real soon, now he's have a huge target on his back, and he's not going to be in the league like this anytime if he keeps this up. Again, he just got off a long suspension for rear choking somebody, and now he just swung on another person. You tell me what time is coming for his way. He has a family. He needs to support that family. So I really hope he gets help. Absolutely. 100%. Stop feeding off the media and the people out there who's talking like this. And I'm talking to you, all these commentators. Stop jerking his man chain. Talking about he's an enforcer. He's the heartbeat of the team. Things like that. Stop saying all that, because he watches you all and he feeds off that. So he doesn't mind swinging on people. He doesn't mind you adding fuel to the fire. Call this man out for what he is. He's a problem child. He's a problem for that team. Now he's about to get suspended again, and now he's going to hinder that team for success. That's just what it is. He is a great athlete when it comes to that. He knows how to assist. He knows how to get his people open. But an enforcer is a very important role in a term that I cannot give this man who's about to go on another 10 or plus more game suspension when their team is already behind the 8 ball. All right? Think about that for a second, people. Peace.